seem to always have a problem. We ain't starting this show until all cell phones are cut off or cut on silence. But do you want to repeat myself? That's what I thought. Okay, crank it up. Feeling the sunshine in the Sunshine State. And if you don't know who this is, I am your boy Toshira, and I am gracious enough to send the sunshine your way. You are locked to my show, Say It. Guest today on Say It is talented singer, songwriter, the lovely, attractive Amerie. A couple of years ago, you were quoted in the Independent stating that your guiding philosophy is like what you make it. Okay, in what ways is the philosophy related to your new imprint, Phoenix Rising Entertainment? What inspiration behind the name? Tell me about it, Amerie. Okay, I'll tell you. My business partner, Lynn Nicholson, he is also my manager, by the way. And I started a company, and we named it after the phoenix, you know, the mythological bird, because it never dies. It's born out of ashes. It dies and it's born again. We felt that same way about creativity and art and creative energy, that it never dies, you know, Shiva? So with our new label, we really wanted to nurture talent. We were already doing that beforehand, but when I switched labels for Sony to Def Jam, we really thought it would be great to branch out and start looking for producers, writers, rappers, singers, the whole nine, you know. I'm signed to a label now as well, so it's really cool, you know, to be in your own label, you know. I hear that, girl. As your career transitioned over to Def Jam, what did you consider to be the biggest professional lesson you learned along the way, girl? The biggest professional lesson I probably learned is to stay true to who you are and believe in yourself. I don't want to say never take no for an answer, but definitely make sure that you don't stop fighting for what you believe in. Okay? Whether it's your own sound, whether it's something that you just, you know, really strong that you should do in your life, your creative vision or anything like that, just stay true to yourself, you know? That comes from experience, long time experience throughout the years, you know, in the industry. There are so many things that you have to experience for yourself, okay? I hear that, girl. Experience for yourself. In life, you have to learn things through hardship. I know that. In spite of the crowded music field, you have managed to create your own lane. Although one thing has been credited as your signature hit, what single do you think has been pivotal in defining you as an artist? Everybody, Amerie. That's a really hard question to answer because it just really depends. You can't have one single that defines you as an artist at any particular time, you know? Music just defines you at that particular time. Music's like a photograph. It's kind of like saying who you are really. Your 8th grade picture, your senior graduation picture, or your college picture. Which one are you? All of those things at a particular time in your life. Why are you is a very definitive representation of me. But I also have a record like Tell Me You Love Me, which I did with Telly Riley, and Higher, which I did with Warren Campbell, which I have live instruments and percussion on that, by the way. That whole vibe was very raw, which I feel is very much true to who I am now. Just as Why Don't You Fall in Love was very much true to who I was in 2002. You know, it changes through the years. We're not the same people. Yeah, you're right, girl. I just had a birthday not too long ago. I feel much more, I won't say older, but I feel much more mature. As we get older, things changes, and that's why I love being on this universe, because once you get older, you look at things differently, and you start to branch out and do bigger and better things. But anyway, that's on another page for Sheba. When you look back on your recording experience for In Love and More, what thoughts immediately come to your mind, Amari? Tell me about it. For this particular album, I spent a lot of time writing down. Yes, I did, Sheba. For instance, I wrote the flowers in the doorway of my bedroom. Can you imagine that? Sometimes I have to get in the mood. That song was very somber, and the track was very sad, very melancholy. So I had to take myself back emotionally to certain situations. I usually don't write songs down. I don't. Instead, I usually just write them in my head. As soon as I put it pen to paper, I usually feel a creative blockage. I do. Where Are You, for example, was written in my head driving around New York City in the rain. A lot of New York element, the melancholy feeling of that song. You definitely hear that New York rain, cloudy day vibe. As far as recording went, the process was really interesting. I recorded a lot of it in California, and some in New York, and a little bit in Atlanta. It's funny. I used to think that I had to be in one place to do an album. Now it's no longer a fear of mine. That's in the past. On my next album, Sheba, I'm thinking about recording in Egypt. There's a great studio there that I think would be really cool. Girl, do your thing. Don't worry about what other people think. Do your thing. If you want to record in Egypt, do it. Okay? You once quoted as saying that the vision for an album doesn't end in the studio. The vision continued through the videos. With that in mind, what vision do you have for this particular album, girl? Starting with Why Are You video. Talk to me, Amari. The vision for this album, I just really